Hey everybody, this is to my Masonic brothers and the rest of the world pertaining to Freemasonry. All right, y'all, here we go. There is no secret. The secret is out. And the only secret in Freemasonry is that the light had to fall to the dark and the dark had to receive it. I didn't say be like it, I said to receive it. Once they fell to you on 180 degrees, that's where they equal to you. And once they fell on you at 181 degrees, the light had fell onto the dark, and the dark had to receive the light because the light could not maintain himself any further. That was the secret, that when the Caucasians reached 180 degrees in the light, that was the further they can go. That's the secret. That was their whole journey. Once they fell to 181, they fell into the dark, and that's when the dark had to receive them. Now that we have received the light, the next level and the next degree is to surpass the light and go into the light. Once you receive your light into clarity for the sunlight and the man of the sun, it's all geometrics. And if you cannot comprehend signs and symbols, then you won't receive truth. Because the truth of the matter is that the dark rose from 360 all the way to 1 in the beginning. And then had to go to the left and fall back down. That's why we've been up and down, and all things has been brought back to life. Because the black man traveled the first degrees, all 360 of them, in the dark without the white man. We did that. That's truth. That's the secret that they don't want you to know, is the truth. Then once we went from 360 to 1 by ourselves, Masonic brothers, if you want to comprehend truth and give honor to the man that deserved the birthright, which is me, I know who I am for truth. So there's no secret that I was here first as a man, not me, but as a man, black man. That is fact. In the beginning was the dog, and the dog had to be the dog man first by himself in the dark. That's the truth. Ain't no secret. Quit being, I'm going to get to the secret in a minute, y'all, so I get to telling y'all the facts. When I rolled from 360 all the way to 1, and then had to fall back down. But when I rose to 1, from 360 to 1, and I had to go to the left, that's when the light had to manifest. And that's when the light came on the 1. And that's when the white man came on the 1. And they had to fall because that's when the light got his existence and his authority on the 1. But he had to fall. He couldn't rise no higher. So he had to fall to the dark. That was the beginning of light. Light didn't go up. Dark went up. Light came down. So when the light had to fall on the first degree, these are the secrets now. They can only travel 33 because that's only a third. 33 and a third. That's all was given to man. The light man. 33 and a third. Because the other 3/3 was mine. That's the secret. And they kept us ignorant because they blinded us with that light coming out of the gate. Just like when we came out of the dark and we were barbaric, when they came out the goddamn light, they was I don't mean to cuss. There I go, y'all. See, I be trying to humble myself, but I get so excited when the truth come out. And that, okay, people, YouTube and everybody, I'm gonna calm that down because I was getting excited. Because, the truth make you excited. Now, when the light came down, because when you start talking about them white folk, man, how they blinded everybody with the trickery And that's when the secrets came in, because when they blinded you by the light, they had to have a secret to keep you from knowing that they had to have their seven. That's just the way it was. It ain't no secret. They only had a third of it. And we had a whole half by ourselves. And a half is more than a third. So they got to tell you that they was more than you because they were lesser than. And they say the lesser than should be the greater than. So, if you start talking about degrees of matter, we're going to stay on subject and on course. The degrees of matter. Everything matters. Even the white people, y'all matter. But let's keep things clear. We are in the fourth quarter. I ain't no better than you. You ain't no better than me. We just had different opportunities of our journeys. My journey just went further than yours. Mine went a whole half and yours can only have a third. Because the light only have a third. The darkness have a half. And the next half is going to be for the brotherhood. For the both of us. Because your being is just as important as my being. That's why he said that we are human beings. We have the right to be. And we be who we are. So that's why we kept everybody ignorant and confused, because we got the right to be. I'm a human being, you're a human being, and we all got the right to be. Thy will be done on this earth, as it has already been done on this earth. Because one thing for a fact, I've always been a gentleman. Because when I rose to the second degree, that's when I got my first taste of light. So I've seen it before, but I've seen it with a grace and a humbleness. You didn't see it with the humble side, because when you fell to your second degree, you had to divide yourself just like I had to divide myself on the second degree. But I had to divide myself with the humility and the humbleness, and you had to divide yourself with greed. And that's the secret, and that's the truth. And if you don't want to receive the truth of both men, one had to fall and one had to rise, but we both went through the same aspects in the darkness and in the light. There's no difference of us. It's just that one started to deceive and one started to destroy. Because when we came out of the gate, we were total selfish, man. And that's why Pops, the creator of man, that gave us a second chance, and the story about the Savior, the reason we had to be saved, because we had to save ourselves, because we were so barbaric and selfish, and did nothing matter. Give me all of it, and it can't nobody have none, because this is mine. And that's why the Pops had to say, no, nigga, this is mine. Vengeance belongs to God. God owns all of this. I just own a piece of it. I just own the earth. And what goes along with it, from the good side of it and the bad side, belongs to me and you, brothers. Brotherhood. That's what Masonic is all about, the brotherhood. Not who's controlling, not the demonics of it, because demonics got its place also in the brotherhood. That's why it's different degrees of things. So everything has to have its place in this life that we live in. So these are the truths of the nature. Let's be brothers now, because we're in the fourth quarter. And black man, you don't have to struggle anymore, because you didn't have to struggle in the beginning. After the second degree, once they gave you the humbleness, we ain't struggled since. We just rose and fell and rose and fell. So let's be realistic. If we're going to continue to fall, that's on us. It's our choice. But you can only fall with the light, because the light still got a whole lot of more degrees to go before they get to 360. And don't think that they're not going to travel. And they're going to travel all the way down to 360 light. That's your choice. But if you don't have to, but if you want to be saved by grace, travel your journey. Your journey is already up. You pass your time, like. So come on down here in my house, and come on back up to your house, and let's rectify some things. Because you know the pleasures of life. You don't want to go down there and come back, so I have to bring you back up. You know the secrets. If you go all the way to 360 light, you got to have that savior you were talking about, because somebody going to have to save your black ass. I mean, your white ass if you fall down in the dark. And I ain't cussing on YouTube. I'm just telling the fact. Your white ass gonna burn up in that hellfire down at 360, because that's where them niggas really treacherous down there. That boy, God killed them way before. Oh my God, you down there at 360. It's something different. So y'all know what it's like down there, because you knew what it was like at 180. That was your hellfire at 180, bro. Now you gonna come on my house and try to control some shit. Not even with your AI. You ain't tricking nobody. That's the secret. You think AI gonna save your ass? No. Keep traveling, my brother. All right, y'all. That's the truth of the Masonic family. It's all about both sides, good and evil, and you got the right to be. It's all free and accepted. Free and accepted, Mason, brother. Now, can you freely accept brotherhood, you dirty ass man? Been there, done that. You know who I am. I am that I am. And my brother Hiram, that kept the master word, I'm on my journey, brother, and I'm keep on rising, and I'm going to do my job because I know my journey and I know my purpose. I'm here for you. I appreciate you falling. Now that you done failed, let's rise on up together in brotherhood, brother.